All right, we are doing 4 Yom Yoms today. We did not do yesterday. We'll do today, and then there's the 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. So obviously there won't be any classes tomorrow, the day after, but there will be class on Thursday. There will be a class on Thursday. So how does go over? Monday. That's right. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There will be a class on Thursday, even though it's a fast day. Thursday is a fast day. It's the fast of Gedalia. All right. Let's do yesterday's Yom Yom. Ready? Yes. God's blessing is what really brings wealth. This is in general, but especially a person who gives his time to occupy with community needs. If you deal with the needs of other people, giving charity and strengthening Judaism, then God never remains a debtor. From this, I understand that also non-Jews receive reward for what they do. If they do good things, they get a reward in heaven. Also in this world, God never remains in debt. For every good thing that a person does, he is recompensated, he is paid back by God with children, health, and livelihood, money in abundance. Help others, God will help you. You'll see it works amazingly. It makes it worth it. All right, that is today. God's blessing, that's what really brings the wealth. Next, this is today's. Today is the day that the Tzemach Tzedek, the third Rebbe of Chabad, was born in 1789. From the Alter Rebbe's sayings, we have absolutely no conception, we have no idea how precious is to God the physical body of a Jew. We have no idea. So therefore, when there is pain or, terrible, death or worse of a Jew, it's totally not understandable what is going on over here. But nevertheless, the body of a Jew is tremendously precious to God, even more than the soul of a Jew. Because with the body, we do commandments. Okay. How precious is the body? When it says that God chose us, it says in the Torah that God chose us, doesn't mean the godly soul. The godly soul is different. That doesn't require any action of choice. God, what he chose was the Jewish body. And the Jewish body is exactly the same as every other body, but when God chose us, so it became different. It became a vessel for the godly soul. We could express the godly soul. But nevertheless, the Jewish body, in general, it's the same thing, that this physical world is more precious to God than heaven. Same principle. Because in this world, we can do the commandments. In this world, we can reveal the commandments. We can make God happy, so to speak. Okay, next. That's today. Tomorrow, when we bless the candle lighting tonight, we say Yom HaZikaron, and then we say Shechianu. We don't say La'ela, we say one time La'ela in Kaddish. In the daytime, Kiddush we make, and wine, we say Tiku B'chodesh Shofar. Tomorrow, in the morning, we do Tashlich. Tashlich, you shake out the corner of your talit katan.
In the morning? In the morning?
Tomorrow, Rosh Hashanah, in the afternoon. I'm sorry. Yeah. You're right. In the daytime, that's what I meant. In the daytime, we do Tashlich. And when you do it, you shake out the corners of your talit. If you don't know what Tashlich is, just look it up. You can even write it in English, Tashlich, this word Tashlich, and I hope it'll explain. In the nighttime, we say Yehi Ratzon for the apple after you say the blessing, before you eat it. Some people have a lamb set. I've never had a lamb set on my heart. Anyway, we in Chabad only say Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will that you should have a sweet year only on the apple. But like Sephardic Jews, they bring like carrots and all these other things on the table, and they say, may it be God's will that we should, have a 10-carat gold ring or whatever, carrots for carrots. It's beautiful, really, what they do. But in Chabad, we don't do it. Okay. Praying to God, we make special praises to God on the food that we eat. Here we go. This is the fourth. A statement in the Alter Rebbe Siddur. It says, before sounding the shofar, we say Anu B'Koach. This means in general, these are the names of angels and names of God, etc., that we say. So some people understand what this means, but they think about it, but they don't actually say the words Anu B'Koach. A person who really knows, deals with Kabbalah, so you have to learn these very well in the Arizal's writings until he knows them clearly, until his intentions are acceptable. famous story about the Alter Rebbe that he told one person to learn how to, that he should say the shofar, and this person learned all the deep Kabbalistic intentions. And he came to synagogue. He put the piece of paper somewhere so that he would have it to look at when he was sounding the shofar. And the paper, somebody misplaced it or put it some other place, and he lost it. So this person stood up on the podium, and he was about to sound the shofar. He looked for his paper that had all the intentions on it. He couldn't find it. So he was he couldn't say, I'm not going to sound the shofar. There was no one else there that had prepared. So he sounded the shofar, but he was totally broken because he figured that, he was saying it without the proper intentions, without this and all of his work. He didn't want to make any mistakes. So he just sounded it simply. Afterwards, he went to the Alter Rebbe to apologize. And he said, I'm sorry. He said, what do you mean? That's one of the best shofar soundings that I've ever heard in my life. And it was with a broken heart. That's the main thing of the shofar. And really all the words, shavorim means broken, and teruah also means broken. So the shofar shows on our broken heart that we're in this terrible exile and we want God to take us out. Okay, that is the Yom Yom for these 4 days. Now I'll tell you a story. 1 minute. 1 minute. Here we go. Stop.